Niles, I seriously don't know what more to say to you. What's up, YouTubers of the world? Mega Geek Mixer here to give you guys my review on Doom Patrol episode 9. Or wait, no, is that 6, 7? I just can't remember. I'm pretty sure if it's supposed to be number 6 because I think there's just 3 more left because there's only 9 episodes left. I'm sorry, guys. It's just this week has been very, very hectic for me and stuff, that this is the reason why my review of this episode is very late. So I do apologize for that, guys. And I'd like to hope going into this week things are going to get a little better. I want to hope so, and let's see as time goes on. But I'm here now, guys, so let's catch up on things such as this review of this episode, Space Patrol, which gotta say, so much to go through here. Mostly in the terms of Larry, for one, meeting Negative Woman? Whoa, I did not expect that. Now, I know she's in the comics, but I didn't really know that until after I saw this episode, that I was like, I'm pretty sure she's gotta be a comic character, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know much about Doom Patrol and stuff, so this is all new to me and stuff, but this is why I like Doom Patrol, because the fact that I don't know many of the characters, I only know certain characters of it, makes this all the more interesting. But I gotta say, to find Larry meeting this Negative Woman, I'm sorry I can't remember her name. It was definitely something Larry needed, especially after what happened last week. I did not see that coming at all, but I'll get more into that here in a minute. We gotta really talk about where the episode left off, and that was with Dorothy making a wish and Candlemaker killing Baby Doll and one of the other personnels in the underground. Now this terrified Dorothy seriously, that in the end she saw that how she was messing up and hurting people so much she couldn't take it anymore. So what she do? She decides to go into space where she won't hurt anyone else. Yeah. She really did that. She went into space. She's like, I hurt people, so I'm gonna run away. And this time, I'm gonna go into space. Let me go to space where everything will be fine. Oh boy. I know you feel like you think you should run away, but trust me, kid, that's not gonna solve your problems. As we saw in Titan Season 2, running away from the past isn't solving anyone's problems here. It's only making things worse. Now, necessarily nothing worse happened with Dorothy, but no doubt it would have been worse in her condition and stuff. But still, to know what happened to Jane, that didn't sit too well with Niles and Cliff. Now, Cliff at first, he didn't really care about Dorothy, but I think we all aren't surprised by that. He's pretty much made that clear during the beginning of this season and stuff. He kind of tolerated her, but he didn't necessarily care much for her. That was mostly due to his fact that he's pointing his anger at the chief, that in doing so, he's also taking some of that out on his daughter. Unfortunate, mind you, but hey, it's not like we all handle our... Let's just put it that when we all are dealing with our anger towards someone, we all deal with it in our own ways. Can't say it's healthy, nor nonetheless, but that's just how the world is. Because, yeah, the mere fact, though, that, yeah, not him caring about her and only caring about Jane only helped in betterment during this episode when we saw Cliff changing from that person who didn't care about his daughter to when he went with the chief back in to go into space to go after her. By the way, she was on the moon, no less. Yeah, they were on the moon, to where we got this beautiful moment between her and Cliff. Cliff went out into the moon because robot body, can't breathe, can't feel, can't touch, any of that. Oh, and by the way, he was only really still talking with Chief because Chief was thinking about giving Cliff his feeling to touch again. But now, having said that though, back on track to what I was saying, when eventually Cliff found Dorothy, we had this very touching moment between the two of them, where it seemed like Cliff finally was seeing her for what she is, a girl, and yeah, not just Niles' daughter that he should take his anger out on, because just like his own daughter, Dorothy's got her things she needs to work through, and she needs people's help to do that, because for one, Niles is dying and stuff, so in some ways you gotta find some people who'll be there to take care of her. And yeah, this moment between Cliff and Dorothy really helped Cliff to realize that, yeah, he's finding out she's not such a bad person or anything like that. More like he's saying she's all right, and he's gonna be willing to stay around and be a family for Dorothy when the chief leaves and stuff. And yeah, when they were having that moment of those two sitting together, yeah, was he able to help her with realizing that, okay, we messed up and stuff, but things get better with time. You just don't need to give up. Don't give up. Just continue to fight through it, and eventually everything will get better. And eventually that is true, as long as you continue not to give up. Because let's face it, guys, life is just messed up, and it's gonna continue to be like that as time goes on. But we all endure and everything, and that's basically what you can find out the theme of this episode. Endure the sufferings that you go through to try to find your place in the world. The blessing in disguise, as it were. But definitely, guys, I loved how that was. But man, oh man, after finally Cliff was going to be able to help Chief willingly and actually trying to be better relationships and everything, what does the Chief do? He shoots him out into space. What the heck, man? What is wrong with you, Niles? I mean, I saw the trailer for next episode, and I'm like, so you're throwing Cliff away because you're gonna go to where you first met your wife, and I'm just like, why, man? Why? I'm sure Cliff can keep it a secret. Jeez. Oh man, I really don't know what more to say with this guy. I mean, he is truly the villain of this season after everything he's been pulling. But now that I've said all that, let's move on into Negative Woman here, who really helped Larry, as I said earlier, with finding ways to deal with not just his negative spirit, but with things that are going on with his life. Because Negative Woman was one of the earlier incidents of Niles and him trying to find out about the negative spirit that was out there before he made Larry go out there. And it's here we find out that she is actually able to control it to where the radiation won't bring harm to anyone, and she doesn't even have to wear bandages. And it all turns out is because she's been able to find perfect harmony with this negative spirit, showing us here that, yeah, Larry could have that too if he could learn how to find complete harmony with the negative spirit. Because let's be honest here, while we will admit that their relationship is a lot better than what it was season 1, we can't really say that those two have found perfect harmony with each other. Not like Negative Woman here. And the mere fact that she was there, man, was that a blessing from heaven for Cliff, and I mean that literally, since she and those test pilots who unfortunately are dying and stuff, and she was the only one who survived out in space, were projects of Niles during the earlier times. So yeah, unfortunate for them, but God rest their souls. But still, expert like Larry, yeah, thank you God for sending someone down literally from the heavens to help Larry see some things here, such as in the fact on how if he can learn to find perfect harmony with his negative spirit, he doesn't really have to wear those bandages, although in his case I think he'll still want to wear them because his burns, and let's not forget he was completely burned and everything. But even still, though, if he's going to be able to find perfect harmony with his spirit, we can just think of the amazing things he can be able to do, just like Negative Woman no doubt would have been able to do. Because we didn't really see her use her powers or anything. She was really there as an anchor for Larry to realize that, yes, we all go through sufferings and everything, but sometimes you'll find that they're blessings in disguise. And in Larry's case, maybe he's finding out that, yeah, the negative spirit is a blessing in disguise because it can help him in trying to really learn how to let go of things, such as how Negative Woman has been able to let go of her ties to her past and everything. In this case, though, with her visiting, it helped Larry to realize that instead of cutting ties off with his past, he's going to try to make amends with it. In other words, he's going to go back there, he's going to go see his family, despite what happened last episode, and try to make amends or die trying, and props off to you, Larry. Do just that. because really, I know what your son did was just messed up and everything, but really, if you don't make those amends soon, something tells me things are just going to keep getting worse and worse for you out there, and there's just no telling where that'll all lead. But one thing's for certain is that I can't wait for when he finally does it, and let's just see how it goes. But I definitely know it ain't gonna start pretty. But let's hope it finds its way to making amends. That's all I gotta say on that end. Now, as for the other small things that happened in this episode, for Rita, she's went back to that place where she met that woman she was auditioning with 2 episodes ago, and she met another woman here who was also going to be part of the acting, and it's here that that woman was playing Rita, because it turns out this play has to deal with an influence from her incident back in season 1, episode 1, when she turned into that blob thing and almost wrecked the town. Yeah, and it really did, and then it dived into what she was thinking, what was inside that character right there, that it made us fully get to see more of Rita and her issues with her mother here. I just gotta wonder, what could this all lead to going forward for Rita? She wanted to try to learn to better control her power so she can be a superhero. Now she's off doing the acting things and trying to go through this thing with her mother and everything. Oh man, I can't help but wonder, what is this all leading to? And it's got me wondering, big time on that one. And now as for Cyborg, well, he and his lady friend Ronnie, as you know, they got back together again. And yeah, they definitely are getting closer and closer as time goes on. Although things got very interesting here when he decided to scan her body to look for any infections of her and stuff through all her years in the military and Black Ops, that he found something that was in her spine that was killing her. But since they were getting so close, he wanted to do what he could to help her. She was a bit injective of him going through government files, but he was like, screw it, I'm still doing it. To where he found parts for her, some that were labeled from Star Labs, and this is where he got word from his father that all that money and stuff is what made Victor possible, which can we say is a surprise? Heck no, we can't say that's a surprise. That's like common knowledge, right there. You can expect, how can you expect big things like that to not come from governments and Black Ops and stuff like that? It's insane. But what will this all lead to going forward, I wonder? Well, let's just find out. But as for the last thing, which is the very interesting thing here, is that Jane and everyone else in the underground were busy in the underground while Jane's body was still in that candle making form, just like I guess what we saw back in episode 2 when we first saw what that candle maker did to all those people back in that circus. But either way, what was going on inside, they were taking Baby Doll and one of them other personnels to the well. And here is where we found out something very interesting. You all remember Miranda, who was the primary before Jane? We never saw her before, but we know she was the victim of the well. And it turns out maybe that well isn't as dangerous as we thought, or maybe it is. It's hard to tell what's going on in this underground. All I just know is that everything that's going on just got my head in a nutshell. I just don't know what to believe anymore. Because it turns out Miranda's back, and within time, it turns out the well didn't kill her. Just within time, she came back to life, and I guess a new perspective on things, because now she's asked Jane to stop being primary and let Miranda be primary, so she can show Jane what it is that what that girl wants, Kay Olivia wants. Well, whatever it is, I don't know, and whatever we're about to get here with Miranda and what it is she knows that Olivia wants, I can't wait to see it because I am very interested. But guys, this episode, lots of twists and turns here. I can't really say it's my favorite episode, but it is a good episode nonetheless. Season 2 has been good, but I admit it's not as good as Season 1, but it's still got its good spots. But I'm going to just go ahead, leave it all at that, guys, and hey, enjoy my videos. All you got to do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos, and until then, Mega Geek Mixer, signing out. Bye!